On March 15, 2010, American Farmland Trust and friends from over 70 organizations gathered at the New York State Capitol in Albany to fight for a handful of state programs in jeopardy of budget cuts. Programs that will help protect farms, feed thousands of state residents, keep our drinking water clean, and sustain tens of thousands of New York jobs. These are just a few of the many voices that came to stand up for New York farms and farmland.
We are coming here today to send a message to our lawmakers. We're coming here to send a message that when New York invests in our farms and in a homegrown food system, we have a stronger economy and we have jobs for thousands of New Yorkers. We have clean water and a healthier environment, and we improve the health of our residents of this state by giving greater access to a nutritious homegrown food supply.
And the main goal is to help the food banks around New York State and other emergency food programs, food pantries, soup kitchens, get healthy food and distribute that to folks. And what better food than our food from New York State farms?
As I start to think of that old saying, when people used to talk about, well, we'll bet the farm on that. It was something people would say when they were awfully sure something was going to take place. The problem is, New York State government right now looks like it's willing to bet the farm, and it's not their farm.
So for your talking point today, remember that PDR money stays in the local economy. New York farms don't move to other states or other countries. It's pretty much impossible. This is economic stimulus money in its purest form. Farmers get money, farmers spend money. There's an incredible trickle-down effect to local communities.
Well, hi, I'm Bob Wagner with American Farmland Trust. I've been with AFT for 25 years, and one thing I want to say about the No Farms, No Food rally today here in Albany is that the breadth of the organizations and interest groups that are involved around the issue of not only protecting farmland, but all of the riches that come from agricultural land, from the many environmental values, but even more importantly, the food and the direct-to-consumer connections that can be made with farmers and farmland here in New York have all come together today in a way that we've never really seen before.
For me, farms and farmland are where land and people come together.
Our life. Without the producers of food and people who are able to help cultivate and keep the environment, we won't have a good earth.
It means wildlife protection, open space, fresh fruit and vegetables for all our families and our children, quality of life in our communities, generous, well-charactered people that are concrete in as far as their foundation and their communities around not only New York State but around the country.
That's my life. That's where it is. I mean, farms mean the way that we're going to feed ourselves, to protect our families with our food sources. It's where we draw our sustenance from.
Well, again, it just means very simple things. Aesthetics, general aesthetics, food, sustaining the environment. The farms are a critical part of all of these things. They're a critical part of all of our life.
We're providing the food for our state, for the population in our state. We're trying to reach everybody with our food. We're trying to give them the best possible food, and we need to protect our farmland to make sure that we have that, not only for now, but for future generations.
I know about the many, many thousands of young people who are really passionate to build a business around their love of farming, and who are really passionate about the food that they grow and the way that they raise their animals and their vegetables and their voices on behalf of the future of farming. And we really need the state to meet us with the programming that's required for us to succeed.
And so, that's why it's so important that, farmers and agriculture, small, medium, large, all work together to defend agriculture, because, it's a segment that's underappreciated and, underrepresented here in New York.
So it's important that land for community gardens, land for farms, land for any place where people are growing food is preserved and kept available, because we need to remain connected to our food, and we need to keep the knowledge of growing food in our communities.
Over 140 people representing more than 70 farm and environmental organizations, food and community groups, local governments, and others from across New York, including New York City, participated in the No Farms, No Food rally. Together, the group spoke out in support of state programs that protect farmland for future generations, increase consumer access to nutritious foods grown in New York, help farmers protect water and the environment, and strengthen the farm and food economy.